Hi, Andrew from SACS, and welcome to video number 2 in our 11 video sequence on personal intelligence, cognitive ability as we psychologists like to call it. And this one is about definition. What is cognitive ability? Now here's a brief description of a fellow by the name of Spearman, who I mentioned in the last video. G is a Spearman concept, and G means how generally smart the person is overall. And Spearman said that G was made up of S, specific cognitive abilities which contribute to G. And so those are things like words, numbers, logic, spatial relations, in other words, how shapes fit together and how spaces relate to each other, and mechanical reasoning is about how physical objects interact. So if this cog turns, which way will this cog turn? And for instance, this is a good predictor of the performance of engineers, tradespeople, those kinds of things. And G has been demonstrated in a range of different research to be one of the most reliable and valid measures in the behavioural domain. It predicts social outcomes such as educational and occupational levels far better than any other trait. So that's a quote from Robert Plomin, one of the great researchers in the genetic causes of cognitive ability. Now these days at work we tend to measure cognitive ability in 3 forms. Verbal reasoning, pretty straightforward. Are you good with words? Numerical reasoning, pretty straightforward. Are you good with numbers? Abstract reasoning. This confuses people more. Abstract reasoning is often measured by a thing called progressive matrices. Progressive matrices might be a square which starts off like this and then moves like this and then moves like this. So you get 3 examples, and then you have to choose what would be the next example of that shape. And so you might have a choice of 5. People who are good at this, what do these shapes have to do with real life? Well, people who are good at this tend to be good at seeing the links between things. So for instance, if you need to build strategy or tactics or build a process, people with higher abstract reasoning tend to be able to link those things together and make a better process. In addition to that, people who are high in abstract reasoning tend to be able to see the implications of things and tend not to be blindsided by life. Even things like political awareness can be affected by abstract reasoning. It's a really important cognitive ability. So those are the 3 most commonly measured characteristics, but there are other forms which can include things like mechanical reasoning and spatial relations for specialised jobs. So that's a little bit about what cognitive ability is. In the next video, we'll be talking about where does it come from. Specifically, we'll be talking about the nature, nurture, and luck causes of cognitive ability. To find out more about where cognitive ability comes from, click on the link near this video.